Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NFL week number 17. Normally this is the final week, but hey, this year we got 18 weeks, 17 games. We have playoffs. So in week 16 here on Robert Sports Show is 10-6 straight up picks, 5-11 against the spread, 9-7 on the over/under, which is exactly 500, 24 and 24, which puts us technically half a game under 500. We're 359, 360 and 1 overall. That breaks down to win loss 144, 95 and 1 against the spread 100 and 140. Then over under 115 and 125. Again, right basically under 500 by half a game. 359, 360 and 1. So we're going to see if we can get above 500. Tread some water here. Week 17 AFC playoff picture. We have one team clinched, Kansas City Chiefs. Otherwise, it's wide open. Tennessee is sitting there at 10-5. We have Cincinnati and Buffalo, Indianapolis and New England, all 9-6. We have Miami, Baltimore, the Chargers, and the Raiders, all 8-7. We have one of those 4 8-7 teams will get in, and then all the 9-6. We just got to work on the shuffling. Yes, Kansas City has clinched has clinched playoff spot. They have clinched the AFC West, but they have not clinched first round bye. That's the next goal. NFC side, 5 teams have clinched a playoff berth and indoor division title. The Green Bay Packers, Dallas Cowboys, Los Angeles Rams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Arizona are all in. Packers, Cowboys, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers have all clinched the divisions. So Packers are 12-3 right now. They are leading the NFC. Dallas, LA, and Tampa, all 11-4. Arizona's 10-5. They're definitely in seeding. I think that 2-5 seed is what we're kind of, maybe even the number 1 seed we're kind of looking at. San Fran and Philadelphia both 8-7. They have a game up on Minnesota, Atlanta, and New Orleans, who are 7-8. Still a lot to play for. First game we have the 7-8 Atlanta Falcons versus the 9-6 Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is favored by 14.5 here. It's a big number. I know Atlanta's struggling this year, scuffling. Buffalo coming off that big win against New England. That's going to help for the division. They're both tied right now. They are 1-1 against each other, so I'm not sure what the secondary tiebreaker is for them, but they both can control their own fate by winning. Buffalo versus the NFC this year, they're 3-1. They're 4-3 at home. Atlanta versus the AFC 3-1. They're 5-3 on the road. So I think it's actually going to be a pretty good matchup. I got Buffalo winning. I got Atlanta plus the 14.5 and then under on the 44. Next up, we have the 2-13 Jacksonville Jaguars versus the 9-6 New England Patriots. Now, New England lost to Buffalo last week in Week 16, 32-21. They beat Buffalo Week 13, 14-10. Jacksonville beat Buffalo in Week 9, 9-6. Yeah, I know, right? Jacksonville's 2 wins this year, 1 against Buffalo, 1 against Houston. That's before we knew Houston was going to suck. I still got a lot of times I'm picking Jacksonville because of AEW and the Khan family. But you can only beat that horse so much. I love AEW, but I can't right now. They're just not good. They fired their coach. You need a new coach. So I got New England winning 15.5. I'm just going to say New England wins. They cover over in 41.5. Let's go Mac 10. So that's why it should be Mac 10, but Mac Jones 10, whatever, MJ 10. But I know you can't trademark Mac 10, but All right, next up we have the 11-4 Kansas City Chiefs versus the 9-6 Cincinnati Bengals. 8 straight wins by Kansas City. So 8 games ago we're like, what's wrong with the Chiefs? Now there's like, they win, they're going to be a first round bye. There ain't nothing wrong with the Chiefs. They need to get Kelsey back, and he needs to help me in fantasy. Otherwise, I'm going to finish 4th instead of 3rd. I lost last week. Damn it, Travis Kelsey. Damn you. Yeah, if Kelsey would have been Kelsey, that would have helped me in point. Yeah, I would have won last week and been going for the title this week. But I'm not. But hey, you know what? It happens. Kansas State's favored by 5. I got them winning covered and over on the 49.5. We get the 11-4 Los Angeles Rams versus the 8-7 Baltimore Ravens. Rams are favored by 3.5. I got them winning covering and when we're going over on the 46.5. We have the 8-7 Las Vegas Raiders versus the 9-6 Indianapolis Colts. Colts are playing pretty good football, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. So I'm picking the Colts to win. I got the Raiders plus 7.5 and then over on the 45. The winners of 7 straight, the 8-7 trying to get into the playoffs Miami Dolphins versus the 10-5 Tennessee Titans. Miami was 1-7 and they won 7 straight. Now here they're talking about playoffs. They're looking at the number 1 draft pick and they decided let's go out and try to win and actually win games. Crazy how that works. Tennessee. Miami's hot. I got to go with the hot hand here. So I'm taking Miami. I'm giving them the 3.5 points. So I got Miami plus the 3.5 and over on the 40. What is that? 41. So yeah, we got 41 on the points. I'm giving them over, and I got Miami winning in plus 3.5. The 4-11 New York Football Giants versus the 5-10 Chicago Bears. The Bears. The Bears are favored by 6. You know what? I'll have New York plus 6. Bears win under on the 37.5. 8-7 Philadelphia Eagles versus the 6-9 Washington Football Team. Eagles are favored by 3.5. I got them winning covering, taking over on the 46. The 11-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, NFC South champions versus the 4-11 New York Jets. Tampa Bay is favored by 13. I got them winning covering and over on the 45.5. We have the 7-8 Denver Broncos versus the 8-7 Los Angeles Chargers. Week 12, Denver won 28-13. Chargers are favored by 5.5 at home. I got them winning covering and over in the 45. The 4-11 Houston Texans versus the 8-7 San Francisco 49ers. Okay, if Houston does not trade Deshaun Watson in the offseason, they need their head examined because that is crap. I mean, literally wasted a year of this guy's career. He didn't want to play there anyway, so just trade him. Get something for him. San Fran's favored by 12.5. I got them winning covering and over in the 44. Could be NFC Championship material preview. The 10-5 Arizona Cardinals, 11-4 Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is favored by 5.5. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Picking Arizona to win. Cardinals plus 5.5. Under on 51.5. The 5-10 Carolina Panthers versus the 7-8 New Orleans Saints. Yeah. Week 2, Carolina won 26-7. I know the teams were different then. With everything going on with the Saints, Saints are favored by 6.5. So I'm picking Carolina to win. I got the Saints plus 6.5. And I'm taking over on the 38. Got all that? Next up, we have the 2-12-1 Detroit Lions versus the 5-10 Seattle Seahawks. Seattle's favored by 7. I got them winning covering and under on the 42.5. The Minnesota Vikings 7-8 versus the 12-3 Green Bay Packers. As we've got word this week, Aaron Rodgers said he is kind of talked about possible retirement next year. He doesn't want to play anywhere else. Okay, if they're going to do something different, maybe he retires a Green Bay Packer. If he can somehow pull an Elway and win the Super Bowl, I bet he retires as Super Bowl champion. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, Green Bay is favored by 6.5. They did win in Week 11, 34-31 against Minnesota. So I'm picking the Packers to win. I got them covering the 6.5 and under on the 47.5. And then we have the 7-8 7-8 Cleveland Browns versus the 7-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. This has probably been Roethlisberger's last home game in Pittsburgh. He may be retiring as well. Pittsburgh won week 8, 15-10. Big Ben just isn't got it this year. I got Cleveland winning, covering the 3 points, and over on the 40.5. All right, we got Sunday football only this week. I know next week they talked about flexing a couple of games to Saturday prime time. We know we're done with Thursday night football for the year. Week 1 of the playoffs was Super Week 1. We'll have the Monday night game. Fun times, week 17, week 18. As always, thanks for watching Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day, have a specific day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.